I only ever read it once. But when you read through it, I mean, the list of things that could happen to you is absolutely dire for most
That's
things.
And not every medicine will suit every person. I mean, you might take Sativex and find it totally unsatisfactory, but you want to try it, don't you? Because
Yes.
there's nothing else that touches the spot at the moment.
Yes.
This is the problem, isn't it?
Yes. And I cannot understand if it is available to be legally supplied, and it's not just Jersey, it's in many, many countries in Europe, Canada, Australia. If they're not prepared to pay for it, is there any reason why I can't produce my own? It seems reasonable enough.
If the Jersey Royal potato were suddenly found to have therapeutic qualities, I wonder if they would ban that. I wonder if they would say you can't have Jersey Royal potatoes because they might have side effects. I don't know. It's just too ridiculous. I mean, I find the whole thing so ridiculous. What's the role of the doctors in this? I mean, generally speaking, there are doctors who will prescribe these things because they know they're good for you. They will do that. There are people out there who will do it.
Well, my GP, who unfortunately, I'm still in the same practice, but I'm no longer with him, it was Dr. Bailey, he knows that I use cannabis, and he, on many occasions, said to me, Evelyn, go home and do what makes you well.
Right.
So he is well aware of it, and he doesn't have a problem with it. I did change my GP to Dr. Howell, who's in the same practice, because Dr. Bailey wasn't getting back to me. He was involved with the governing medical council, so obviously he was extremely busy.
The doctors in Jersey haven't spoken in one voice. They haven't got a spokesman who's spoken on this, have they? They won't come out.
It doesn't appear so, no. And even the MS Society don't really seem to speak with one voice, because there's a mixture of people involved in the MS Society, those without the MS, those with, in various stages.
But this is the same with all medical. Even basic things like salt. A couple of weeks ago, they were saying too much salt is not bad for you. Well, I've been brought up to believe all my life that too much salt is bad for you. All of a sudden, it's not bad for you. Well, this is what goes on. The only way to find out is for you personally to try the stuff, isn't it?
Yes, and I think one always has to accept responsibility for whatever one's taking. You know, if I choose to take something, then I'm prepared to be responsible for that. We're adults. Why aren't we allowed to? You know, it's almost like a nanny state, isn't it?
There's 3 petitions going up to the States on Tuesday. We've got a new Minister of Health. The previous Minister of Health just came out with the party line that now it's, I don't know what the actual basic was, doctors haven't approved it or something. The medical, NICE, what's the group?
NICE.
They haven't said, yes, it's guaranteed to work or something, so therefore we're not going to approve it.
I think they're conscious of the cost, and that's what NICE is all about. It's about how good the medication is in relation to the cost of it.
Now, your product, Sativex, and the 3rd petition is for another variation of a cannabis product. So there's 3 somewhat different petitions, people in different circumstances. So it just indicates the wide range of potential use that there is for these products. I mean, Sativex can be licensed, it can be used, it's the cost in your case. You want it prescribed so you can get on the health service, which is a perfectly reasonable request. In your case, the cannabis is illegal to use in the form that you want it, but is it available anywhere? Can you get a clinically acceptable form of the cannabis that you want? Is it sold? Do we know of it?
Well, if I was to go over to America with a prescription, I could go into a pharmaceutical outlet over there and receive my medication. Obviously here I have to rely on criminals and not so nice people to actually get my medication. And they do charge a fortune, whereas the government could take it into their hands and stop all the drugs. Cannabis is known as a gateway drug for the younger, but what is it teaching the young people? Alcohol is, I believe in my eyes, a man-made drug, and it is a lot worse than cannabis, which is a naturally grown
Yes,
plant.
alcohol does have to be produced, doesn't it? Cannabis does grow naturally, so there is that about it. I mean,
well, also, there isn't one related death to marijuana. But if you look at the relation in deaths to alcohol, tobacco and everything else, it's right up high.
The new minister, he hasn't been in office long, but has he spoken to either of you? Has he offered to meet either of you?
Myself, no.
No, he hasn't.
You,
Although, to be honest, it is very early days for him.
it is. Unfortunately, he's inherited this petition, but he has already met states members and briefed them, or been briefed, and the message he's put out is not to grant your petitions, which I was surprised he hasn't met with you, because it is a personal thing to you. The three of you, the petitions that are there, it is personal to you.
Yes, well, there's a possibility he might do on Monday, when I believe we are availing ourselves, making ourselves free to the states members to talk to us.
Have you had any feedback from states members at all? Because obviously
No.
the outcome of the petitions could be an instruction to the Minister of Health to grant what you're requesting, Sativex or
Yes.
cannabis. It could be that.
Personally, I don't feel a great deal of hope about it. I understand there are members who would support us, but I think there's an awful lot of people who are very wary about, stepping out of line. So
if you carry on as you are, Evelyn, what are you going to, if they say no, what happens? Your illness isn't going to get any better, because it's every now and again they seem to chop a bit more of you out, don't they?
No, it's not going to get any better. I cope daily, and from one day to the next, I don't know whether I'm going to be okay to go out and do my daily chores and shopping, cleaning, everything I've got to do. But if they don't grant me my licence, I am still going to use cannabis, and I will still use it illegally. I've already said that to police who raided my house not so long ago. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing what I've got to do to keep myself well and alive.
It's medication, isn't it? It's straightforward, it's medication.
It is my medicine, and I believe God created marijuana, man created alcohol. I know who I trust.
Anything else you want to say, Anne? A message
not
for the
really.
Minister?
I think I shall ask if I'm not allowed to have it provided by the health service, I shall request that I'm allowed to grow my own.
Okay, well, we shall see what happens on Monday, the private meeting which you're attending, and on Tuesday, the public meeting when it's all discussed in the States. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.